Dear friends, welcome. It's 6 p.m. and I'm Alina Tomer. We are live broadcasting on our channel, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. I'm a licensed tourist guide in Romania, and we have nearly 100 virtual guided tours. Together with our colleagues, over 300 licensed tourist guides, we started this live broadcasting presenting our beautiful country, Romania. In Romania, to be a licensed tourist guide, you will obviously follow the training course according to the law, and then you will receive for the Ministry of, let's say, Economy, in our case, the certificate and, of course, the badge. There are different types of badges which Romanian tourist guides are enforced by law to wear it while they guide. Also, in the groups, organized groups, they are enforced by law to have a licensed tourist guide while in Romania. And of course, because today is Wednesday, we are going to invite today next to us, who do you remember? Of course, Florin. How are you? Hi, Florin.
Hi everybody. Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. Just like every Wednesday, we meet here on live on Facebook, YouTube, Travel Massive, Twitter, and then
Exactly.
we'll post also on Instagram and LinkedIn all this information about these tours. So feel free to join us and to see all the subjects we have for you to discover Romania. For today, I choose the Hunting Museum. It's the only one in Romania, and it's very important also for Europe. But first, I have to show you my documents.
Once again,
yes, I show you. This is certificate, and this is the badge.
Great.
I have it all the time with me, and including here on when I'm guiding virtual tourists in virtual tours.
Wonderful. So let us dive into our today subject and see you later. Good luck. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. See you at the end of the presentation, and me with the presentation during I hope not more than 30 minutes. So this is the entrance. This is the building of the museum. We have 3 floors: the ground floor, first and the second floor, dedicated to the hunting. Is in Posada is a small part of Comarnic town. Is between Bucharest and Sinaia. Sinaia is famous for Palace Castle and for tourism, especially in Romania. This museum was opened in 1996. At that moment, we had a Prime Minister, Adrian Năstase, who was famous also because he was a hunter. And at that moment, this museum was part of Palace Museum. Then in 2014, because they need a lot of money for restoration, for new trophies and so on, was moved to Romsilva. Romsilva is a Romanian state-owned enterprise responsible for the protection, the preservation, and the development of public forest, and also they manage the hunting and the fishing grounds. Romsilva owns and manage at that moment 4 million hectares of forests in Romania, representing 65% of all the forest in our country. This is the only museum, the only one in Romania. And comparing with other hunting museums from Europe, is the most it has the most valuable trophies. I will explain you in during my presentation. First, let's see the map of Romania. You can see there are around 100 kilometers from Bucharest. The one with blue is on the highway, so it's longer, 128. But around 1 hour and 30 minutes from center of Bucharest, and on the way to Brașov, to center of Romania, to also to Sinaia, we can stop to the hunting museum from Posada. In the next image, we have a zoom of the map to see better the road. So from Bucharest, we have the highway or a national road number 1, and then Ploiești is an important city for Romania and also for Europe, because here we have the first oil refinery from Europe, at least. I don't know if from the world, but at least from Europe, from middle of 19th century. And then we continue on National Road number 1, north, going to Posada. We have also 3D view from Google Maps in the next slide. Seeing the Posada Castle, because this new building is in an area where we have a castle built in the middle of 19th century by Gheorghe Bibescu, and as a mountain mansion, something like this. And after 50 years, was extended by George Valentin Bibescu, his son, and was transformed into a castle. Valentin Bibescu was married with Marta Bibescu. Maybe you know Marta. She died in Paris as a French poet, because after 48, after the Communist Party came in Romania, she left Romania, moving to Paris. From 48 became this castle became the property of Romanian state. And just like I told you, from 96 we have a museum here in a new building. And I have to tell you that I saw a few times this museum, and was a real surprise for me this year to discover the second floor new parts of the museum. I will show you. Stay with us until the end of the presentation. But first, let's go to see the ticket desk, the entrance from the museum. And from here we start, because they have also guides here, but you have to pay extra. So there are the tickets. We'll see at the end the prices, and also they have guides here, tourist guides here, specialized on for this museum. Inside the museum, we'll see over 2,000 stuffed animals, birds, trophies, guns, weapons, swords, and Romania has now 4 world records for hunting trophies. Is the trophy of a chamois, is the fur of a brown bear, the fur of a wolf, and also the skull of a wild cat. For these 4 are world records. And also we had the world record for the stag, but only from 1981 to 85. Now is only national record. Here we have a hall. On the left we have bucks, and on the right we have stags. Is a small difference between these two animals. Even if we go to a forest, maybe not all of us recognize all these animals. So to make a difference, but for also for the bucks and also for stags, the trophy are the antlers. They for these animals, you have to know that they lose the antlers every year, and after 130 days, they are growing back with 1 centimeter per day. The bucks are living, and the stags also are living around 20 years. But the antlers are growing only until 13. Next year, they will have the same, only 13 branches for their antlers. So these branches have also some names. Specialists know better than us. One is for called the branch for the eye. One the middle branch. One for the eyes, because with that one break the eyes. The trophies, how they give the points. They measure the length of each branch, and also the weight of entire trophy. These animals are around 35,000 living in wild in Romania, and the trophies have gold medals starting from 2,000 to 210 points. And our national records is from 2003. We have in the next image stag in natural size next to wolves, two wolves. Also, wolves are very important for Romania, and also, of course, for the nature, for the forest. In Romania, we have around 5,000 wolves living in wild. More than we need, more than enough. The hunting is controlled for the wolves, and Romania. I told you at the beginning. In Romania, we have the world record for wolves fur from 1985. In the next image, we have two stags. The one from the right is the national record now, 264.51 points. Was hunted in Mureș, in Făncel, and the one from the left has a special story because it was hunted by Nicolae Ceausescu, who was is, let's say, our famous dictator and also a famous hunter. And this one from the left was national record between 81 and 2003, and was also a world record, but only between 1981 to 85. The one from the left has only 261.25 points, and was hunted in Soveja in Francia. And for this tag, they followed for a long time, and when they found it, they called Nicolae Ceausescu, and Ceausescu went with a helicopter right to the right place, and he shot this tag. Next animal we talk about it is the wild boar. In the next image, we have small wild boars, because they reach around over 300 kilos. And in Romania are over 100,000 wild boars living here in Romania. For you can see there in the background some trophies. In the next image, we can see the national record. Trophies are the tusks. There are two pairs. The big ones are from mandibular, and the small ones are from the maxillary. If they have more than 100 points, they have gold medal. More important is the width and then the length of the tasks. National record now is, you can see, 144 points. Is from 1978 from Ciornulasa. Is a region in Călărași, let's say here next to Bucharest. We talked about stags. We talked about wild boars, but and also wolves. Now let's talk about brown bears, because we have the largest brown bears population from entire Europe. Only in Russia there are more brown bears than in Romania. Talking about Europe. The hunting for brown bears is forbidden now for more than 5 years. You can see here some bear cubs, but they had an accident. So because the cubs cannot be hunted, only the adults, the bears adults can be hunted. The female is mating every 2 years, and she can control the moment of the birth. It's very important. So if outside is very cold and there is no food, she can delay with about 1 month the moment of the birth. So the pregnancy can be between 8 and 9 months. At the birth, the cubs have around 400 grams, and they are blind, they are deaf, no fur, and they grow 1 kilogram per day in the first 6 months. And a brown bear can have more than half ton, so 550 kilos. In the next image, we have the world record. I told you we have 4 records, and this is the fur from a brown bear. It has 673 points, 0.56. It's from 1984. This for these trophies for the brown bear fur matters the dimensions of the fur, the density of the fur, the color, and the length of the hair. Over 300 points, they get a gold medal. This is more than 600, you can see. The clouded are retractable, and also you can see this trophy. They keep also the head and the cloud. They for the brown bears, you can meet it. You can meet the brown bears in Romania in different mountains, and also in some towns in Brașov city. It's very important to know that if you meet a brown bear, they can run uphill with around 60 kilometers per hour. Downhill, they rolls like a ball. So better if you want to run, even if this is not a good idea, is better to run on the level curve, so the same altitude, because they will they run faster than us going uphill, and never climb a tree. But important is to make noise, and then to stay face to face with the animal, and go slowly back if you have the chance to do this. So better is not to meet a brown bear in the forest. In the next image, we can see the skulls of some brown bears. All these trophies are national records, have gold medals. We had also the world record, this one that is in the box, and over 55 points, they have gold medals. The world record, we have it from 1996 to 2000, was 69.2 points. Now is the third in the world, because there are another two more valuable. Number one is 70 points, and the second one is 69.67 points. So they are from Kamchatka, so from Russia. But here we have some gold medal trophies. The skulls from brown bears are separate trophies than the fur, and matters the dimensions. We talked about the very important bears from Romania. Now let's talk about some cats. We have the biggest feline from Europe, lynx. Also, we have wild cat. It's a difference. The ears, the tail are different. Also, the fur is different, and the lynx is an adult, is about 40 kilos. Wildcat is smaller, only about 13 kilos. Lynx are only around 3,000 in our mountains. Wildcat, we have more than 10,000. Romania has also the world record for wildcat skull. We talked about animals. Now we can see also in this museum at the ground floor. We are now at the ground floor of the museum. We can see also some birds. We have the pheasants. Only two species are in Romania, living in Romania. We can see in the next image, because it's like in Antipa Museum here, but only with animals and birds we can or we could hunt it in Romania. Alina, please help me with the next image, with the pheasants, and also this ground floor. We have an exhibition dedicated to Mihail Sadoveanu, Romanian writer, who was also famous because he went to hunt and also for fishing. And I remember from my grandfather, from my father's side, they went together at one moment on Danube for fishing. In the next image, we have another bird, very important, grouse. In Romanian is cocoș de munte. This bird is the most difficult to hunt. For about 4 years, they stopped hunting this bird. It's forbidden now. But before, the hunter should wait the moment of breeding, when the male starts singing, and for 1 or 2 minutes the ears are popping and they cannot hear anymore. This was the only moment when you can shoot this bird. We have around 10,000 birds like this in our mountains. It's very beautiful, so it's a good idea to have it alive and not to hunt these birds. Now let's go up at the first floor. Here we have some uniform for the foresters, some tools for measuring, some books. We can see you can see a lot of stuffs here at this in this hall. In the next image, we can see some tools to measure the dimensions, diameter, or dimensions of the trees, and also the guide from here told me that for spurs from the seed to 30 centimeter needs 7 years to grow. So that's why it's very important to repopulate, to regenerate the forest, and not to cut the trees especially for furniture. In the next image we have, please Alina, help me with the next image. Thank you. We have also buds collection. The forester has to know all this type of buds, because it's their job. Me, I have to tell you that I can recognize only 3 or 4, not more. But anyway, the forest is beautiful. On Sunday, I went for a bike tour in our mountains in Buzău region, and for 50 kilometers, I ride my bike in the forest, uphill, downhill, and the weather was beautiful, and also the colors of the forest very, very beautiful also. So I back to my presentation. At the same floor, we have also weapons. In the next image, yes, here in this image, we have weapons. We have rifles. We have pistols. We have swords, and we have a musket in the middle. In this image, we have a dueling kit. The duel was a combat between 2 people, and also they need a doctor. Was something not the goal was not to kill the opponent, was to gain the satisfaction, and was based on the code of honor. But about this subject maybe we'll talk in another presentation. Now let's back to the museum, because we go now to the second floor, the last floor, and here we have some sections. One of this section is dedicated to trophies of Ceausescu from Africa. Many of these trophies are Nicolae Ceausescu's trophies. Until they opened the museum in '96, these trophies stayed in Scroviștea, but they decided to move it here to show us all these trophies. So one section at the second floor is dedicated to these trophies, to trophies from Africa, who are gifts of Ceausescu. Elephant legs of an elephant, fur of a lion, and so on. And also we have the seasons. So for rooms, just like we can see here with the habitat of some animals. Different seasons we can see in the next image. They reproduce the winter. Is very important, not only for kids but also for us, for adults. It's important. And the last section is dedicated to some stories. But here I have to point some information. The bear, the brown bear, does not hibernate. The hedgehog does. And also another information, I found it from the guide from here. The badger built its own burrow like a house with rooms, with a kitchen, but the fox usually destroy it. And now let's go to the last section of this museum, dedicated to some stories, some fairy tales. We can see here Le Petit Chaperon Rouge, or the Little Red Riding Hood, became famous because of the Brothers Grimm. It's a fairy tale. Everybody knows it, about a young girl and a big bad wolf. And then we have also some Romanian stories for kids. The bear tricked by the fox, and also the goat with three kids. Stories of Ion Kranga. At the same floor, we have like a game for special for kids, because during the tour we can see some tracks of the animals explained, and here at the end of the tour we can guess. You can see on the left is the entire panel of these tracks, and then you can see, and then you can guess which animal belong, and then you can find the truth. You can see who belong, and some other information also. At the same level, second floor, we have a 3D simulator. Is 15 lei for 15 minutes, so like a virtual hunting. And we have also informations about the tickets. For adults is 10 lei, 10 Romanian lei, so it's about €2 ticket. And then we have discounts for groups, for students. To take photos is an extra fee of 25 Romanian lei. For a specialized guide, a person, you have to pay 50 lei, or if you want to rent an audio guide, is 10 Romanian lei. You have also some souvenirs. You can buy some souvenirs from here, and I will end my presentation with some pictures, because I did a lot of things during my life. On the left is a picture of me in Slobozia. I was with the father of a very good friend of mine in for rabbits, wild rabbits in Slobozia. This is from 2000. This picture, and on the right is from a gun range in Florida for 3 years ago. And next image, because I told you about hunting, we Dimitri's tours Prince said at one moment, there are many hunters who kill, but the real hunters select. So hunting is not something, is not the pleasure to kill. Is like a sport, is controlled in Romania. So you have to ask to Rom Silva where you can hunt, how much you have to pay for hunting, and all hunters have to go in groups, organized hunting tours, let's say. And I told you this because just like you saw in my pictures, I did it once, and I know what I'm talking about.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome, and I hope it wasn't too long.
Oh,
Again,
it's
more than 30 minutes.
let
But
us
there
see
are so
if
many
we have
information.
an
Oh, yes, please.
Mrs. Eva Kostinsky, which says a wonderful evening, and she's the only one who
Thank you
commented.
too.
And if you'd like to add something else, please.
Next subject, because tomorrow I'm going to take some pictures. In Romania, we have Bufta Studios, is Hollywood of Romania.
Wow.
So I'm going to take pictures, and I will show you next Wednesday. Studios, we use it for movies, not only us, because also famous movies were filmed here in Romania in these studios.
Wonderful. So thank you very much for today's presentation.
You're welcome.
We are the Professional Association of Tourist Guides, ProGuide, and if you'd like to follow us, please do so over YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course LinkedIn. Do not forget Travel Massive. And if you'd like to support our activity, you can do it over our PayPal account or over our IBAN account. Thank you very much again, Florin, and see you next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday with the next subject. Bye.
Bye.